Hello everyone, what's up? My name's Drask. With me on the commentary bench today is none other than Kurojet. This is the
Hello.
semi-finals for the Switch World Cup. We have Team USA versus Team Mexico today. The winner of this one is going to go up against the current finalist of Japan. So we've got the draft up, which they're about to start. So be interesting to see which tracks each team pick.
Pretty much kind of the same staple tracks, unless these tracks get banned. I'm actually more interested in seeing what Mexico is going to ban here. Knowing what USA is really strong on, I hope they did their homework. But we have Japan's waiting, and Japan is waiting on the other side of bracket.
Yeah, so they're just waiting for this. They're waiting for this match, and whoever wins here. So whoever loses gets third overall, and then whoever wins goes against Japan for the crown.
All right.
So I'm curious on what because they've been doing a few practices together, USA and Mexico. So I'm curious who's going to ban what. I know that USA have been very keen on banning Twilight a lot because, I mean, as you know, Jet, it's not a VC track. It doesn't seem to be a USA track in general. But when they played Mexico last, they did well on Twilight. So maybe they'll be a bit more flexible on their Twilight curse.
I mean, I guess it just depends on how they feel on it, but for me, I mean, it could just also be that USA is stronger on it than Mexico is.
Yeah. Oh, we're starting.
Anyway, we're starting.
So we'll see. We'll see what the bans are.
USA gets the first
So
ban.
Tiger Temple.
Okay, classic band pick. Not many people.
Classic band pick of everyone hates Tiger Temple.
Not a very very obvious pick. Not a very pick that people would. Okay,
Hot Air Skyway. So I kind of expected this because when Mexico have versed US in the past, US have done like top 3, top 4 on Hot Air Skyway. It's a very strong track for US and it's kind of weaker for Mexico, so not surprising. And Deep Sea Driving.
USA fans driving.
I find that an interesting ban. I don't know whether Mexico's known to be strong there. Maybe they are.
Maybe USA is covering the week.
Yeah, perhaps. Thunderstruck ban.
Thunderstruck. I feel like that hasn't been a pick like in Switch World Cup.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I don't think we've seen many Thunderstrucks. Unfortunately, it's such a good track.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird to like use a ban on that. So either they're weak on it or they really okay. So USA goes for the Twilight Tour ban.
Yep, there it is.
I guess they were waiting it out and seeing what if Mexico would ban it first, but they can't take the chance now. That's the thing about banning first. You don't have the luxury of seeing all the other bans beforehand.
Yeah, and Oxide Station, I actually think that's a pretty good ban because that's a track that I think that USA usually do really well there. Usually like Rare breaks away, and then you've got Dre and Trace being toxic in the back. Usually what happens.
Yeah, but the problem is now that Mexico left open.
Yes, DTD and Electron are both open. They're both guaranteed to be picked, I can say.
Yeah, leaving open DTD is probably a death sentence.
Agreed, and EA, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So they open with Mystery, which is it's been pretty standard for this entire World Cup for USA. They usually use Mystery as like their warm-up track.
It's the best secret part in the game.
Yeah, it's a nice place to warm up and start off your war, get a feel for the game. An assembly first for Mexico.
Alright, so we're starting off with some slow tracks first, and then, alright, never mind, we go
straight to Prehistoric. I find Prehistoric very fun to commentate. It's always a track where crap goes down.
Yeah, because the power items don't work correctly in some of the spots.
It's actually really easy to dodge, especially in like the Dino section, and even in the before the shortcut, you can do little loops around there. The second shortcut, I mean, and even on the first shortcut, like it's bloody Turbo Track all over again. Alright, so we have Engine Labs from USA, another like pretty mid-tier safe pick that a lot of teams go for in like the middle, I've noticed in this World Cup. And they do quite well there. Like Rare's got good lines there.
Yeah, there's the Electron Avenue pick. Good call.
DTD will be 8th, I feel like, and maybe Koala Carnival would be a fun 9th track.
Mexico didn't ban that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't ban any of Electron, DTD, or Koala.
Well, Mexico picked Tiny Arena.
They picked
No,
Koala.
They picked Koala.
So, actually something interesting is in their very first practice together, Mexico picked Koala against USA, and they won. Only very marginally, it was like a 3-point win. But they still beat USA, very barely. So, might not be as much of a death sentence to pick Koala as you think.
There's the Tiny Arena pick.
Yep.
Alright, so we got some driving ahead of us. Well, at least there's a small little pit stop to Koala.
Yeah, honestly, quite long tracks. There's the drive-through.
There's the drive-through 1-8, just as you said.
Yeah, they usually pick Electron, then DTD right after. And Cortex, yeah, that's pretty expected. I feel like Cortex for the USA team, it's a good track, but it's... People always lump it in with like DTD and Electron Avenue for like their best tracks, but I feel like Cortex Castle is kind of a bit more mid for the USA. Like they have had quite a few times where things do go wrong and they might only get a baby win or they lose. Like I feel like it is a good track for them, but it's not as good as DTD and Electron.
Baron
Ending on Baron is... I'm actually liking this track list. We've got a few picks we don't see often, like Prehistoric. A lot of... and Baron we don't see. Pretty standard picks by USA. Mexico with some picks. I think I've seen them pick Koala and Tiny before, but yeah, some of their other picks are a bit different for this war.
Kinda.
So keep that. Alright, so now we just need to... Also, I agree, as Rare said, Koala is a really fun track to do like item plays on.
Yes, it is.
Like, it's very... I found that when I first was getting into comp, I was like, oh my god, like, Koala fucking sucks, like, it's just an oval. But then the more you, like, mess around with items there, just the more fun it became.
I hated the track when it first came out, but that was only because the walls sucked.
Yeah, that too.
Like, the walls sucking made the track suck.
Now...
I remember time trialing that track, and I was going for the dev time, and I'm way ahead, and I get to the first cup, and I just run into an invisible wall. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's. I mean, at least a lot of the tracks are better post this last patch.
Yes. After they fixed it, after the Beanox patch, it got way better. So.
Oh, now Jet, do you actually mind just because Helad's put the track list in the comp channel? Do you mind just reading it out to me so I can just type it in? Just be quicker. All right. So first was Mystery. I remember that, and then it was Assembly.
Mystery Caves, Assembly Lane.
Yep. Next one.
Prehistoric Playground.
Prehistoric. Yep.
Engine Labs.
Yep. And the fifth one.
Electron Avenue.
Awesome. Let me swap over to the next 5. Alright. Track 6.
Koala Carnival.
Yes, and then it was
Tiny Arena.
Yep. Carnival, can't spell today. Tiny Arena.
After Tiny Arena was Drive to Danger.
Yep. Cortex.
Then Cortex Castle.
Baron Ruins, I think.
And then Baron Ruins was the final track.
Epic, thank you. So these will look a bit jank coming out. I just need to line them up. It's looking alright, I think. So I'm just waiting on Rare's POV to go up and Dre's. As far as I can tell, neither are live yet. And also, yeah, I just seeing your comment with Koala about how long you've played it, Rare. There's so many like fun little plays I love watching happen there. Like I love how if you shoot a missile from like before the blue fire, it can carry all the way to the end of the lap. Like it's ridiculous if you shoot it right. And watching a missile go like over the left ramp and then weave under the middle ramp where the hidden Wampa is, going under there, getting you Wampa and killing someone. It's so cool to watch.
I've had in the PS4 World Cup, I've had practice matches against Colombia, and we played Koala Carnival, and I was basically playing makeshift drag because he was at work during practice. So I was basically the item player there, and I had a couple good ones. I basically kept 3 of the Colombian players in the back.
Nice.
And I got triple missiles, but I did a circle where the blue fire pad was by taking a really sharp turn and going around. So I jumped from the left side. If you have blue fire already, you can actually make that jump if you turn correctly. So
True.
I jumped from the left side to the right side, and I got behind them, and then I missiled them because I was juiced. And then I came in 5th. My boys got a top 3, and I came in 5th.
Yeah, even so, you did God's work, helping them get ahead, helping them break away.
Yeah, like Megumi was just like, he was like, okay, Kuro, hold a item so you don't have to you won't get hit on the straight. I was just like, oh no, I'm fine, I killed him. Nice.
I still love the amount of times I go like for the Wampa at the start, and then I get 10. I get 10 Wampa and I get a mask, and then I just kill all 4 of them.
Yes.
It's so satisfying.
Okay, so yes.
So we've got 2 POVs up. I do want to have Dre's to tab between, but it doesn't look like he's alive yet. But that one doesn't have to happen immediately if he doesn't put it up straight away. I can do that in the background between races.
So another thing is, Rare is now playing on a PS4 controller.
Yes, no more Joy-Con curse.
No more Joy-Con curse. He ordered a dongle during it was a practice earlier this week with Japan, and he was not having it. His Joy-Cons were already acting up, so it makes sense, and he didn't have another broken.
And he was having the disconnects, which was really rough as well. Like, it's something that I've had with my Switch. When I play, my Switch is to like my right. It's not directly in front of me, and I've noticed with Joy-Cons, if you don't have like a straight line to the Switch, they just like to go and they're gone. Like, it's pretty annoying. And so I did say to Rare, like, move everything out of the way of the Switch, between the Switch and your Joy-Cons, and it helped with the disconnects, but the random like bonky movements is just Joy-Cons.
Yeah. So he just went on and broke down and ordered the dongle, and he's had no issues out of it, which is super good because I had actually been eyeing that dongle myself.
Yeah, I know a few people that use the 8-bit dongle, I think it's called.
Yeah, I was eyeing it myself, but not for CTR, for Smash actually.
Oh, nice.
And because I want to use Terry in Smash, but I can't do inputs for Terry on the GameCube controller. So if I have my PS4 controller, then I'm just gonna be Buster whooping the fuck out of everybody. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
I just never broke down to do it since I don't really play Ultimate too much. So
it's one of the things that it's probably the thing I like most outside of, the connectivity being better, of when I started playing PS4 is I've always liked the DualShock controllers.
Yeah.
And the Switch controller, I don't know, it's bulkier. Like, I know Xbox controllers are like that. I'm just not used to that, and I've just got a knockoff Pro because I wanted a wired one. Because I've heard of so many disconnects, so I wanted a wired controller, and the buttons are like, more clacky, and it just doesn't feel as smooth as my DualShock 4. So when I came to PS4, at first I was like, this is so weird, but after like half a day, I'm like, I prefer this already. It's so nice and it feels responsive.
Right. I'm asking.
One thing to keep an eye out for with Helad, I've noticed, is when he's mid the World Cup, if he does something pretty epic, you'll notice the little clip icon come up on, I think it's the top left of his screen.
Yeah.
So we had that happen last World Cup I commentated. So he did, I can't remember what he did on Carnival, but we watched him just stop for like 1 second and then clip and then keep going. So they're just setting up the lobby now. Helad's connection to the servers is being completely normal, where he just disconnects for no reason.
Rare just demonstrated that the share button on PS4 translates to the capture button on Switch, which is awesome. So he can still take screenshots without issues. So that's sick. Anyway, while we're waiting for the lobby to get set up and stuff like that, let's talk about the lineups for each team. I'm not sure if there's going to be any subs or anything, but this is basically primarily the standard USA lineup. This is probably what's going to carry them to victory if they do win.
Yeah, I believe they've gone with this team for every single match so far. They do have some backup subs, but I think this was the team that expressed the most interest in playing, and it would be their strongest team because it's the 4 that play the game the most.
Yeah. So that's pretty much standard USA picks. On the other hand, Mexico, we got some heavy hitters over here too. None of them are slacking in the department, and they definitely want to come out. So they definitely want to come out on top here. So it makes sense that they would bring their best, especially if they're going against their S-tier USA team over here.
Exactly, and Sandoval is a very strong front runner. Seems to have pretty decent item play when he's up the front with taking others out as well. So he is really, and USA know it, that Sandoval is like their prime target, because if he breaks away, he's a good enough front runner that he's gone. Like, you're not getting him if he's got a shield, kind of like Rare. Helad is like a very mid player in the sense that like he sits in like the middle, and he's the one that likes to blow everyone up. He's not as comfortable front running, and he does main drift, so it's a very marginal difference, but he does have that speed disadvantage very slightly. I don't know the other two very well, but I know that Gizmo's playstyle is very erratic, and Trace does not enjoy racing against that, so we'll see if that impacts anything. And Golden hasn't played too often. We generally see Irving, but at current, Irving is not playing, so they have Golden instead today.
Okay, I see. Alright, well, hopefully that doesn't chop up their communication and their teamwork, and Golden can communicate with the rest of his team properly.
Yes. From what I know, the Mexico team have done plenty of like little tourneys and games together on Switch, so I think all of them do have experience playing with one another, which does help. But I do believe that Irving is like one of their main 4, quote unquote, for Mexico.
Okay.
The same way USA have this as their main 4. So I'm just checking if Dre's gone live yet. I did ping him. Oh, he's live. Awesome. Let me just...
Okay, I was going to say he might not be going live, which is he could just be having like an internet issue or whatever.
Why? There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly pop his stream. Secret, it's hidden. No one can see but me. There we go. I might keep his up so I can sync it up with theirs for the first race. But like, just on my end.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I sent out a tweet beforehand. Twilight Tour sucks. Send tweet.
You know what? Let me find that tweet.
I was playing it. I actually was playing it earlier. I was playing it earlier when I was warming up because I was playing matchmaking, and fucking dude just That track in Mega Mix Mania, like Mega Mix Mania has like the jankiest freaking wall, like the jankiest walls and like level geometry I've ever seen in my life. I got 3 missed drifts in a row and 2 frame hops, and I was expected to still keep fire. Hell no, I'm wasn't keeping fire.
So I've just noticed that Rare's stream is about 7 seconds behind Hellad's. Dre's is perfectly synced up now.
Okay.
But if so, basically, I will swap between them if one's more interesting than the other. But if people would prefer no desync between the streams, but a lower quality, because Dre's just doing webcam stream rather than capture card, I can swap to his POV. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, because we can see there's a bit of delay with Rares. And as far I don't know any way to pull back a Twitch stream.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, you could just pause it, but...
But then when I unpause, it refreshes to the latest.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, goodness gracious, yeah, there's quite a bit of delay. That might just be, Rare's own, difference,
yeah.
delay. But anyway, so, Halad actually goes wide and loses fire, but he's still out in 4th.
Oh, he square braked, I believe, there. He gets the slow fire back, so he's not too much of a disadvantage, but that does make him slower than people that did keep their fire. We do see a fake crash in 1st, which would be Team Mexico, as USA are playing the pinstripes today, as usual.
Alright, and Drake gets the mask on Halad.
Doing a typical Dre and just greeting with a mask. So
okay, they're playing the Rats because Orman is still...
It's Pasadena as usual. So Dumb Rats versus Miscellaneous. Or
right,
Halad
getting masked all over the place. He will get some infinite reserves here, which is great.
This is going to be really good for him if he can roll over the right items. Like if he can get a couple masks, this will be really good for him. And being in 8th, and I believe his teammate is in 7th and 6th, unfortunately. But that does mean they have control over all of the power items. And looking at Rare having no shield, and seemingly, I don't know if Dre has a shield or not, but if a power item could wreck their entire team.
He could take a quick little peek.
Ooh, Hellad getting a nice mask hit on Trace there, taking Trace out, taking him right back to last. Although it looks like an unfortunate missile hitting Hellad right after his mask ends, with a 5th place TNT to counter.
Nice trap crate there.
Oh, weaving through the traps there. Nice, Hellad. Gets infinite again, which is nice.
Good movement from him.
And if we look at Rare's stream, which is a bit behind, but you can see that he, Dre, and the person in 1st are all pretty far away now, so...
Yeah, they have a good break. Halad rolls a 5th place mask, which is...
He might be able to kill Orman with this, especially with the going through off-road. And does he? Oh, he gets Orman, so that's good for Team Mexico. So Team Mexico currently have what looks like 1, 4, 6, 5 to 6, and 8th. So top 3 are looking pretty secure going into the final lap. 1st is just gone, which I would guess is Sandoval. We've got the 2 pinstripes trailing, but a bit too far to do anything, especially since they don't have shields.
Yeah.
Looking in the back, we see that Orman has just gotten rid of one of the crashes. Oh, but he gets countered and he gets hit back. So now it looks like USA have 6th and 8th.
Yeah, they have losing positions now.
Oh, we see the crash is teleporting a bit. Oh, it's evened out now, I think, but... Hellad rolling a shield, so he is now he is set there, and it's only his teammate in 5th.
Alright, so we got Sandoval, I'm assuming, in 1st place here. No, that's actually not.
That is exclamation mark,
Golden.
exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
So I do believe that's Golden.
Yes, that is Golden.
So Golden, Rare, Trey, Halad, Sandoval, Orman, Gizmo, and Trace. So I believe that is winning positions for Mexico.
Yes, I will just have a look. So
Yeah, that's winning
I will
positions.
just
Mexico.
put on a new soundtrack.
I
All
believe
right.
that's- I believe that's 21-18.
Where is my scoreboard? Rare 8, Dre 6. Funny that we have 2 POVs from USA for when if one does a time trial, and then our 2 POVs do a time trial.
Yeah, we'll always have something to
Gizmo.
Commentating time trials.
Yeah, we can just. And here we see Rare goes around a corner and is safe. And here we see him go around the next corner. Intense. So, let me just double check that. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4 for sand. Yep, so. Three-point win for Mexico. So, given that this was a USA pick, it's nice to see Mexico get a small lead at the start.
So Golden definitely came to play today. Takes no prisoners, gets out of there, and leaves. Just completely leaves.
Yeah, it was really good by Golden to, because as I was saying, it seemed like he was a bit more of a last-minute sub since Irving's not playing, and he's not dragging the team down or anything. Not that we expect him to, but very nice to see.
Team to play and win today. So, anyway, we're going into the second race, which is Assembly Lane.
Just pulled up Dre's stream for this one. So it's a little, Dre's is a tad behind, but also I have to interact this way. If I do this, and then I can pause it. Let me just swap the music. See, interesting to see how Assembly will go. It's a very common track to see, kind of like what we saw in Caves, where a few in the front break away. Oh, still a tiny bit, there we go. Alright.
Alright, so...
Oh, that's not gone away.
Alright, so Dre is going for his typical third box in items. Gets triple missiles, which is actually really, really good. That was actually pretty synced up. So you got it pretty much synced because that missile hit him and died at this thing.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, Dre gets his...
Hellad.
Oh, no.
So Hellad he really wanted the item, but he didn't have fire. He missed his jump input there, which is something that can happen on that shortcut, especially if you come at it from the wrong angle. So Hellad's now really on the back foot to start. A thing to note is being in 8, very common to get super engines, but if he gets... Oh no, he gets a super engine before 10 Wampa, so he now doesn't have to worry about getting a quote-unquote useless item.
Yes, that's very, very good. So right now we're looking at a top 3 from USA. Golden is right behind.
No, there's a bit of distance actually, because we see that Sandoval and Golden are just a little behind. Not too far, like they're in missile range. And we see Orman went wide and then died? I kind of missed what happened there, but it looked like he dodged the shortcut but then died to something. So now Sandoval taking third with Golden on the heels of Orman. Oh, and Dre gets shield tackled. So Sandoval putting in the work, pushing straight up to second, just annihilating the US team here.
Looks like Rare is in TT. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's good I swapped.
Yeah, I mean, you can bring it up for a second, and just to check and see if he has a shield, and then we can just go back to Dre.
Yeah, true. So if we have a look, he doesn't have a shield. Bear in mind, this is a little behind, bear in mind, but yes, at the looks of it currently, he doesn't have a shield or anything.
Okay, anyway, back to Dre.
Yeah, back to the back to the chaotic POV. I believe we just saw Hellad take out Orman with a missile, so now Orman and Trace are falling into the bottom two with Gizmo in the pack with them, so we'll see who comes out on top here in the back. Orman going wide again, and he hit something, so unsure what happened there, but now Orman is quite far behind.
Halad makes a beautiful comeback after missing that shortcut from the first lap. He's
Yeah,
in
he
fifth now.
did, and he's in like a decent fifth as well. The bottom three are quite far from him now, so he's pretty comfortable there. He can just fish for a shield or whatever he's looking for. And he notices that the trapped crate there at the end of the shortcut was a nice trap.
Yeah, I'm surprised that bumped it.
Yeah. So, oh, Dre trapping the shortcut crate, which is going to be rough because if you hit that, not only do you fail the shortcut, you then have to try and awkwardly maneuver.
Oh, okay. He almost died not because of his own. Oh my
god! That wall.
What was that?
That was, what was that? 4 beakers and a TNT, I think. Damn, that was a that was a bit of a wall.
I was worried about the shortcut. No, it's after it's what's after the shortcut. Oh my goodness.
Really unfortunate, but honestly, like, Hella, you would have had to have made an amazing dodge to dodge all of that. Like, that's just how do you even call that? Just good luck, homie. Good luck, homie. Oh, Hella going tight because he was worried, but he's now lost his shield, so this is going to hit him now. And he gets comboed. Oh, this is unfortunate. He did have a really good comeback, but he's fallen back again, unfortunately. We see Orman is incredibly far behind, so Hella's probably still going to secure 7th.
Dre has fallen to 4th due to the orb and the bomb right afterwards.
Yeah, it looked like a really good play with the orb. Although I'd have to check who shot that. I feel like that was a USA orb.
Oh, he almost got the shield snipe.
He has a missile though. He might be able to take out Sandoval here if it hits early enough. And does he?
He does! He does! He steals it!
No, does he? Oh, he does by 0.01, I believe.
Is it? No,
Have a look. It's hard to see on his screen, but I'm pretty sure that he got that by 0.01.
No, he had 0.0. He had 5.5. Okay, yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Halad is bringing up the.
Hang on, have a look. 4-2. Yeah, so Dre did beat him by 0.01.
Yeah, it just fixed it wrong, which is
because it's Beanox. What else do we expect?
Yeah. So that's 16. It's a 1-point win for USA. So Mexico's still up by 2.
So baby trades happening at the start here, which is really, I prefer that because it means that this is going to stay super close early on.
Yeah, but wow, Dre clutches it out with that missile. Very, very, very good. But that orb play was super scary. It made Dre lose 2 positions.
Right, 10, 8 for Gizmo. 6 for Sandoval, 5 for Dre, 4 for Golden, 3 for Trace, 2 for Helen. So that was actually a 1-point win for Mexico, it looks like. Oh, hang on, no! I did the backwards positions, so I need to swap. I just remembered that. 6, and it was 5 for Sandoval because of that clutch trade. So that was my bad, so it is a 2-point. Yes, there we go. So yeah, 2 races in, and only a 2-point difference, so... Coming into prehistoric now.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait.
Yeah, I know, I was looking at... Because I've got Rare's stream popped out, so I just paused it. And because it fixed the positions backwards, I just no-brained and put them in as it said. And I was like, wait. That's all fixed now.
Alright, so, like we said, Mexico is up by 2, trying to hold on to their lead. Doing a pretty decent job. They're putting up a fight. Halad definitely did not go down after that first lap, even though he failed that shortcut. I mean, then again, it was way too early for you to quit, so totally understandable. But we're going into prehistoric playground, which is a Mexico pick, and yeah, I'm actually super curious to see exactly what they are going to do, what they're going to do here, because this is actually a really, really strong USA track as well. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this one's going to pan out. It's always a very interesting track to watch, I feel. Now, I think Dre's has just jumped ahead a teeny bit, so I was just going to pause it for a microsecond when the lights come up.
This is simply because of the fucking loading time today.
Yeah, I did just want to double check, but it was really nice sync up last time, so I'll see if I can match that this time.
Yeah. Yeah, the loading times are different between.
There, that looked nice.
Okay, yeah, alright, so let's see what Dre does. He's going for the fourth item crate, parks to the side,
Gets a turbo canister in 7th. We see that Helado going tight, getting a shield from the first crate. That's very good. Deciding to hold onto it though, rather than like to juice it. But he takes out Rare and prevents himself from being big. That was lovely by Helad there. So now Rare's lost fire.
Dre is about to be super toxic. He has a juiced mask.
Oh yes, I see, and he's got what I believe is Gizmo right there.
He just killed somebody.
Yep. So now he's past Orman. He has the chance here to take out both of the top 2. We'll see if he does it. Oh, he jumps over Helad? No, he missed. Yeah. Unfortunate, but gets a bomb, so it doesn't matter.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, Helad even getting respawned. That is so rough for him. He's going to lose a lot of time there. And you see the desync there with the chicken's bomb just phasing through Dre.
Dre doing Dre things, getting the exact item he needs. Does not want to trail the chicken, so decides to go wide, which I don't really blame him.
Oh, Helad got taken out. I did miss exactly what he hit, if it was a trap or a snipe, but he's lost fire, which is unfortunate. He's got a shield, so he can potentially take out Rare as he passes. Oh no, but Rare actually is trying to hit him with a mask, so nothing Helad can do. So we're seeing Dre, gets taken out by a bomb from the chicken. And now he's been respawned. Karma for what he did to Helad, apparently.
Gets bombed again.
Yeah, we're seeing him get comboed, so looks like it's now Rare in 4th, I believe.
Yes, Rare's in 4th. Dre is getting fire in 3rd.
Oh, Helad getting a nice speed ghost there because he got squished.
And runs into the TNT.
Yeah, unfortunately he ran into that.
Yeah, you can't get a TNT on your head when you're crushed. TNT's just turn into night.
Yeah. So this missile is following Orman to the ends of the earth. It's determined. We'll see whether it hits. I don't believe it did. Helad losing fire. We do see Dre with a shield in 3rd, so he's now trailing 2 people from Mexico, which are really far ahead, so I don't know if there's any hope for him to catch up. He's probably just going to go safe lines and secure the 3rd.
I feel like there is a power item in play here. Switch to Rare's POV?
Sure thing. So we see Rare in 4th with a shield as well. So he is right behind Dre. So they're both... Rare with infinite, though, is probably the one difference between the two. I don't believe Dre has infinite. No, he does not.
Yeah, Dre does not have infinite. Okay,
So, something to note is even though Helad is in 8th, which is one of the prime power item spots, of course, if memory serves, it's a slightly higher chance to get them in 7th, where Orman is. So, both teams have a pretty good shot at getting a power item here, and as we can see, it's looking like it wouldn't... it would either greatly benefit the US team, depending if top 2 have shields, or it'll do nothing if they have shields. So, really, it's on USA to get a power item here. Mexico don't really need it. And we see Helad's fallen really far behind, unfortunately, and Gizmo's now taken 7th.
That means,
so it's 3, 4, 5, 6 is now Team USA, with Gizmo in 7th and Helad in 8th.
Well, that's still a 3-point...
And here's an orb. Here's an orb by Gizmo. But it looks like the entirety of the US team had protection, so this orb did literally nothing.
Yeah.
The only hope now would be rolling another power item to take them out, but...
It would need to be a clock at this point.
Exactly.
Rare, I mean, wow.
The way to... There we go.
Dre had another shield, but it was too late.
It was too late anyway. We did see, I believe, that Orman and Trace might have gotten hit, but Gizmo was too far behind.
I feel like they probably just got the speed ghost.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Using a clock at the end here, you just fling, like we saw Helad do.
Yeah, so that's still a 3-point win for Mexico. So they're up by 5 going into race 4. Um,
So
1-2 is always a guaranteed 3-point win if you get bottom 2 position. It's just keeping their lead. Not super solid, but they are keeping the lead.
So we actually saw this exact thing happen in USA's last World Cup match, where something I've noticed with the USA team, there's been a bit of a trend where in the first half they either only win by a tiny bit or they're losing. And then in the second half of the war, they pop off and they get huge wins and they win overall. It's happened like the last 2 or 3 times I've watched them. And I'm curious if it's going to happen again, because I thought it would happen against, I believe it was the Mediterranean team they versed, and it did. They were down going after race 5, and race 6 to 10, they just popped off and they got like +9s, +10s, like those kind of wins.
Oh man.
So we'll see if the same happens here. So I'm now double checking everyone's timer just to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Gizmo, there we go. So yeah, as Jet said, because he's the math man, 5-point lead for Mexico going into race 4. Race 4 being Engine Labs. So I've put on the more futuristic Crash Bash music from Space Bash, since we're going into some futuristic tracks with Lads and Electron.
Mexico's done pretty well with their items and let's see, I have a disconnect. Armin disconnect. Okay,
He's back now though. Typical Switch things. So when Mexico did their match against Japan, which was their last match I believe, they were really racked by nerves. And they didn't do too well against the Japanese team. From what we've seen, the Japanese team and the US team, they might have slightly different play styles, I'd say, but they're both pretty even with their like skill level. So I feel like the fact that we're seeing Mexico go toe-to-toe with USA here really shows how much the nerves did impact them back then, and the fact that when they do have their, I guess, resolve together, how well they can actually do as a team.
Right. Especially since like Golden is just, I mean, if he's really a sub, he's not. I don't know, man. Maybe y'all should take somebody else out and put Golden in, because my boy is out here with 24 points right now.
Popping off today.
He decided to put on the hiker's backpack. Don't sleep on my boy now.
He's completely popping off here. 2 out of the 3 wins went just to Golden. And I do see Dre's stream is up a tiny bit. Let me just... I should fix it. That's good enough. Alright, so going into the start, we see Helad's been going wide at the start of most races, and he doesn't labs. Only gets a single missile though, and gets bombed, so he's now quite far behind without a good item.
God, Dre. Oh, okay. Is he gonna get this TNT off? Is he gonna keep fire?
Yeah.
He's gonna get the TNT off.
But he loses fire, which is really rough, because yeah, you really do need to drift in that tunnel if you want to keep your
okay, I have
fire.
a juiced missile because I'm Dre, so nobody's passing me. You're just gonna die.
Exactly. And so we actually see that Golden took out Orman. So as we see, Golden on the warpath, and he's gotten a bit of a clean lead there already. Going into lap 2, he's quite a few seconds ahead. And Helad, using a mask there, getting up to 3rd and smacking Orman again, I believe that was. So Orman not having a good time here, getting a bit bullied this race.
Trace is in 2nd though. Then we got Dre in 4th. Helad is using a mask. This
Probably
is kind of scary.
Yeah, probably not going to catch up, I would say, to Trace, but he does make a good bit of ground there.
Definitely, yeah, he's definitely not going to catch up because this tunnel actually siphons your speed.
Yes, it locks your speed to the speed of the pad, and alongside that, the mask, he was too far to catch, so he's probably just going to trail here. As we mentioned, he is a little slower being drift, which does put him on the back foot, but it's so marginal that he should still be able to comfortably hang behind. He does also have 2 shields, and from what we can see, Trace has nothing. Oh, Dre failing the little drop down jump. Unfortunate, but so now we see Dre quite far behind, and he gets crossover shielded by Helad.
Yeah, he takes Helad's shield.
Oh, but Helad disconnects.
Oh no!
Is Helad? No, Helad's the host. I think Helad's hosting.
Oh,
so from what I know, Helad has like NAT issues. Sorry, so he has a lot of issues joining other people. It becomes like a big thing where like we'll be in a lobby of 8 and he can only join one person who's got like satellite internet, unfortunately. So he's been hosting a lot of his matches, but the problem being his connection is very flippant. It just disconnects randomly. So it seems like no one is stopping.
Did Rare stop?
We'll have a look at Rare's stream, but they're all still going, but I feel like Helad was hosting. It's hard to tell. I don't know, maybe he wasn't hosting. Although you'd think if he was, that Dre would be in first by now. So it must just be Helad disconnected and someone else is hosting.
Yeah, definitely Helad just disconnecting, which really sucks, because Helad's in first.
Yeah. So Helad's just racing for the hell of it, I think. So unfortunately, he goes from third to last. So looking at Dre's POV instead, we see that Golden still kept his first. Sandoval in third, so Mexico still at least have 1-3, with Trace in second and Rare in fourth.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. 1-6-10.
Oh, and there's an orb from what looked like Orman, who's in sixth. So we'll see if this takes anyone out. It looks like it doesn't hit fifth, who is right behind Rare, and doesn't look like it hit anyone. So that orb did nothing. It's looking like these positions are set now, unless if Rare holds this against Gizmo.
No, yeah, he got hit. He takes fourth. It's depends on what the fourth Mexico player got. I can't tell.
So it was first, third, fifth, and eighth.
First, third. That's a win.
Yeah, that's a small. That's a very small win, I believe.
It's a 1-point win. First, third, fifth, and eighth. Yeah, that's.
Let me just chuck these scores up.
I'm sorry, it's a 2-point win. 21's weak.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate there, because I feel like if Helad didn't disconnect, that could have been a very strong win. I reckon they might have gotten 3 of the top 4 there. For Mexico, so it's really rough that he disconnected, but Helad's internet's just not that stable. He does the exact same thing on PS4, unfortunately.
I'll be real with you, I feel like that wasn't an internet thing, because if it was, we wouldn't be watching his stream right now. I just feel like that was a peanuts.
True. You are right there, but it is very common for Helad to just disconnect from the servers, much more than like anyone else I've met. Like if you play a match with him, it's almost guaranteed he'll disconnect from the Beanox servers once.
Helad's in the chat. He's like, God damn it, Beanox.
Yeah, unfortunate Helad. You were doing really well. But yeah, these things happen. So Golden again with another win.
Yeah, Mexico might, if Mexico wins this match, they might want to think about putting Golden on.
Honestly, he's doing so good. I think I've seen him play before, but I don't know if he usually plays like the full. So he usually subs out, I think, or subs in. I'd have to have a look at the scoreboards again. But yeah, he's been doing incredibly well today. Not to say anyone else is doing poorly. I think everyone actually on Team Mexico has been playing really well.
Well, I've never seen Golden play, so this is not on it. He's not disappointing.
yeah, good point. So 10-6. Yeah, so here we go into Electron Avenue, which is the 5th race.
Yeah, Electron Avenue for 5th race before halftime. Mexico is up by 8. I don't feel like this is gonna be like the other match where I said whoever came out on top or whoever was winning by halftime was just gonna win the entire thing. This looks like it's gonna be a back and forth slugfest until the end of it.
It's seeming like Golden's got the lines to keep up with Rare and Dre, so it's looking like they have because Orman will be very strong here, and it's looking like they're going to have Golden and Sandoval to keep up.
Yeah. What they're gonna have to do is not die. I know it's very.
Hellad with the 360. Oh, Dre's stream just froze for me.
I know not dying is like super obvious sounding, but yeah, if they want to have a chance, not dying here is super important.
Yeah, and we see as you say that, Hellad dies and Dre dies.
And so does Dre.
So we see Sandoval, Gizmo in the top there. They look like they've got a... well, Sandoval has a decent lead there. The rest of them are kind of in a pack with Trace right on the tail of Gizmo.
He gets masked.
Hellad masking Dre and Orman. So taking out Orman early is actually a really good play by Team Mexico because he's got incredibly strong lines here and he's very consistent because he time trials this track very often. So putting him on the back foot to start so he can't get away is very good.
Please here. Engine is a Mexico player.
Yes, that's Gizmo.
Okay, it's Gizmo. All right. So
he dies. Gizmo died. He's now right back with Hellad.
Oh, okay.
So we see that Sandoval is still not actually too far ahead now. Trace and Rare. I mean, Ormond is back in fourth, so we see that they've all caught up. So Sandoval needs to tighten his lines up perhaps, or get some good back spam. Oh, you're right. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to swap to just 1 second. We'll have a look. So Rare being in the top, we can have a quick squiz, and we see that it's looking like none of top three have shields. We see Hellad does in 6th. But looking at Rare's point of view, yeah, top three have nothing. Oh, Rare gets a shield, of course, because it's Rare. So when he juices that up, he'll have a shield. But we'll see what they do, because when it comes to Electron Avenue, depending where you get hit, an orb can lose you like no time. The only place I feel like it can lose you a good amount of time is if you get hit directly after the shortcut, because there's no blue fire until the end of the tunnel.
Right. Or if you get hit in the air right where Dre is, or
yes.
Rare is right, or Dre is right now, because if you get hit there, that's a long drop, and you have to fall the entire time.
And you have to respawn and do the jump again, like...
Yeah, you lose like a good 10 seconds from getting hit.
Oh, Hellad's shield tackling Orman, so now Orman falling behind, but now Hellad has no protection from the orb he doesn't know is coming.
Very true.
So we see Dre passing Orman, so Orman should be safe from the orb now, so long as he just trails Dre. Hellad not going for the item here, probably just wanting to keep tight lines.
Want to say Trace does not have it. Oh, never mind.
Oh, he fires the orb. So, yeah, Hellad does get hit by that, but he's far enough ahead, and he gets a turbo to kind of get a quick start. He doesn't lose any positions, but now Gizmo and Dre are right behind him.
Did Dre roll another fucking orb?
He did. So Sandoval got hit by the first one and gets dropped down to 3rd. So that's really unfortunate.
Okay, so USA going main character hacks BS. 2 orbs from... I mean, don't get me wrong, I guess...
Yep, Gizmo disconnects. That's another disconnect for Team Mexico. That is so unfortunate.
Oh no, this is bad.
I'm wondering if they're going to ask for a host change with all these disconnects.
But who's hosting now?
I'm not sure.
That's the thing, because if it's a Mexico host and they're still disconnecting, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
What place was Gizmo in?
He was in the back. Oh, Hellad going tight and hitting the Nitro, probably placed by Rare or Trace.
Hits the Nitro on the boat. I'm pretty sure that was their last lap. I remember seeing that there with Dre.
And then Hellad gets an orb.
Oh god. Okay.
So the thing is now, if one of them shoots their orb, the other is likely going to shoot their orb as a counter, so that just everyone dies. So we'll see how this plays. It could be that neither orb gets shot, but
I
feel
mean,
like
okay, there's
so Dre doesn't have 10 Wampa, so he's kind of forced to hold off until he gets 10 Wampa. Because on Electron, the track is so wide that if he shot it, everyone could dodge.
gets the Wampa.
Oh, and he gets held off the shortcut.
Is it gonna affect the top two? Dre barely. Okay, there's the orb. It's hitting.
So it's hitting everyone as we expected, but we'll see whether Sandoval holds the second against Trace. Hard to see because of where they got hit, and we do see that Golden is right behind Trace on this final lap. So if Trace dies,
Sandoval gets the first actually. According to the screen.
Although, yeah, not sure who's in first because on Helad's screen, Rare won. So we'll see with this now.
Oh wow.
We'll have a look. So Rare's got the timer covered with Arn, so I can't see on his screen. But
Sandoval got it. 76 to 78.
Yes, damn, that is so close.
So Dre's orb actually fucked them over.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna swap to this music because we're having a clown circus come on soon. But yeah, as you were saying,
10-6, 7-8 is a loss. It's a 1-point loss for Mexico.
I just want to say that with Mexico having had 2 disconnects now, and they're still doing a really good job at holding their own, even when they've been down a player. So props to them for being on the back foot with this Beanoxing and still managing to hold their own.
Rare lost by less than a frame there.
Yeah, that is... Rare's going to be crushed by that.
Yeah.
Because as you know, on his screen, he was totally ahead.
Probably, yeah, of course.
Let me just double check. 10, 6, 1, 2, yeah. So, yeah, that's a 1-point loss. If I have that correct.
Yes, it is.
Should be this. So, yeah. So we see that at halftime, Mexico is up by only 7. That is less than a top 3. So this is a single race can completely change who's winning at this point. So surprisingly, being one of their best tracks, in my opinion, USA didn't get a big win here. So that's pretty good on Mexico's part to be able to stave off the big loss, which they might have anticipated coming.
Yeah, that's super important. So going into second half, we're starting on Koala Carnival. At the very least, their disconnects have not absolutely destroyed them and got them a huge loss.
Exactly.
We haven't got any disconnects from like first place. Get some disconnects from first place. We might have some tears in chat.
Yeah, so I'm just having a quick look. So none of our POVs are hosting.
Okay.
Because usually it's Helad or Rare is also a good host, so I'm surprised it's not one of them.
So we can tell who's the host by seeing who's in first place.
Yes.
I'll pay attention. I haven't been paying attention to that before since I didn't think it mattered, but obviously it does. So I'm gonna pay attention to that now.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any lobbies switching around or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, it could be something that, like I said, with Helad just commonly disconnects. It might be something the Mexico team is just going, well, it happens, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. It sucks, though, because it's happening a lot. And if it happens at a very, very crucial juncture...
And it would be very rough if we see Mexico lose by, like, 3.
Yeah. So Trace is hosting.
Okay, yeah, Trace is another good host, so... I guess if Mexico do find an issue, they can request maybe Helad host, but we do know that he has the disconnect issue too. Also, Helad getting an early mask, trying to dodge Sandoval, but he takes out, just deletes the entire USA team. So Sandoval, that really facilitated a good lead for Sandoval here, so Sandoval pretty far. Dre having no fire.
Yeah,
So Trace just came through, he's in second with a mask, so that's allowed him to catch right up to Sandoval, and he took out Hellad in the process. So we're now seeing 2, 3, 4, 6, I believe, from Team USA. No, 2, 3, 4, 7. Sandoval with his clean lead, but we're seeing the rest of the Mexico team trailing just a little bit. This missile doesn't hit. But is this missile going to hit on Hellad's screen that we see? Oh, gets hit in a terrible spot. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So we see Hellad does shoot a missile at Rare, unjuiced so it can carry over the little ramps, but we'll see whether Rare can block it. I think yes, it looks like Rare got hit because he dropped out of 4th.
Yeah, I think, I want to say Drake's or was that missile?
I think the missile actually hit. Oh, and Dre gets hit by a missile, but right before Blue, luckily for him.
He tried to drop a beater to block it. It didn't work.
He dropped it too late. Because of the desync, he needed to drop that a touch earlier.
Hellad getting combo back here.
So Hellad did a great start to help Sandoval get away, but now he's paying the price. The USA team have gone, no, Hellad.
Well, actually, Mexico still has winning positions because they have 1-2.
They do, and Sandoval hit something, but he's like 6 light years ahead, so he and Golden...
He hit the red beaker. That
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look, him and Sandoval are so far ahead.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
They're, like, outside of, like, a really, really bad spot where they get clocked or something, I can't see them losing that top 2. Sandoval hitting... Yeah, I was going to say, Sandoval getting hit, but Golden breaking away. So...
Okay, so we're going to need to stop commentating cursing, because every time we say clock, there's a clock.
Honestly, we've been...
So
curse these races a little bit, so the word clock is now banned from stream.
Yeah.
So we see Dre and Helado both have shields. Just gonna, even with a bit of delay, we'll just pop over to Rare, see what he's doing in the back. Oh
my god! Dre! Oh my, that was right as you switched.
Right as I switched, because he had a shield, so I was like, oh, he's all good. Oh, that's unfortunate, but he got a gorgeous snipe on Sandoval.
So he had a shield on, like you said, but Sandoval shot a bomb back and got rid of the shield, and, well, we all know Dre.
Dre always has a bomb.
Always has the right item, and right there he had a juiced bomb waiting for him, and it ended Sandoval right as you switched, and it got them 2 positions, so I believe that's actually winning position.
So 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7. For USA. That was an unfortunate time to switch, but it looked like Dre was just going to sit with a shield at the finish.
Yeah, so 2, 3, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 7 is definitely a win. 2, 3, 4 is a win. I believe it's 7.
We'll have a look. So I'll put these scores in now. So Rare with the 2, Dre with the 8, Orman with the 6, Trace with the 5. And we see Trace coming in chat, best track.
So that is a 3-point win for USA, 21-18.
4-3. It's very lucky that Golden managed to hold his lead. Otherwise, that could have been devastating.
Golden
so yes,
when the clock happened.
He did. He was protected from the clock. So as you said, 3-point win. So it's 4-point difference going into race 6. No, going into race 7. Sorry.
Golden is popping off. My man has 4 firsts. And somebody just DC'd.
Golden DC'd.
Yeah.
And Rare, no, the lobby might have died.
Oh, they might be changing hosts, maybe?
Perhaps.
No, never mind.
It was just a few people DC'd because Phoenix.
No, okay, no. Hellad just... Hellad.
Just hashtag just Hellad things. So we see that
Golden is popping off.
Yeah. Also, thanks, Piggy. This is a drag and drop from Crash Bash. UZ best map, yes. Tiny Arena is pretty base. It's pretty fun to watch, but I'm having a feeling we're not going to be looking at Rare's stream because he's going to break away and get a shield, and he'll be 30 seconds ahead. I feel like usually happens with Rare here. No? Are you talking about Cortex? Yep. Both pretty based.
This is a really close set.
So yeah, I'm interested to see how Tiny Arena goes. So I feel like the USA team, in general, have pretty decent lines here, but the fact that Mexico picked this must mean that they've got really strong front runners here. Probably Golden and Sandoval will have really strong lines here. And with how Helad's been playing with deleting the other team, it's likely he might be able to use that to his advantage here and put USA on the back foot.
Alright, so we're going into Tiny Arena.
And a disconnect immediately. Clap, clap.
Alright, that means...
That's a restart. I'm pretty sure it's the same as ranked where they, they restarted on lap 1. Well, let's go back to drag and drop.
At the very least, it was at the beginning of the race and not in the middle of it.
I can just see Rare's like, please disconnect after lap 1 so we get more points.
Oh my god. They didn't lose the races where where one of their players disconnected.
Yeah, it just
one by one.
Yeah, it lessened their win.
Yeah.
But with how close this is, maybe that influences the final outcome, which...
Yeah, that's super important.
Like, I have seen races, like sets before, where either a penalty, a disconnect, or someone having a really bad race, and they just put their controller down for a bit, they're like, I can't for this race. That kind of stuff. Yeah. I've seen those 3 things influence the outcome of a war, where the team affected loses by like 2, and you just think that's so unfortunate. So... I
never quit in the middle of a war. When it's just me by myself, I don't really give a shit, but during a war, nah, I gotta play it out for my homies.
Yeah, I remember I've had it once in duos. I do forget who I was with, but I was having the worst time. I was just getting bodied, and I'm just like, man, I just want to drive repeatedly into the wall. I am so done, but I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going. And in front of me, someone got a clock, and I had a mask. I got 2 more masks, and I managed to get right up to 5th. Even from really far back, and I'm just like, that's why you just don't give up. Like, doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, you're just so glad. You're like, thank goodness I kept going.
You can't just give in.
Yeah.
But it is frustrating sometimes. This game definitely can take a toll on your psyche. And,
100%. It can be so demotivating, especially in like a war or like a team format. Like, I know that, sometimes when you're playing bad, you might feel bad feeling like you're letting your team down, or and that kind of stuff can be really demoralizing. Fortunately, in this war, it feels like everyone's doing their roles on both teams really well. Like, you've got the people front running really well, and then you've got the people in the back, like, Trace and Helad, whatnot, taking out the other team really well. I feel like both teams, doesn't feel like anyone's having an off day, in my opinion.
So, like I said, Golden is just smacking right now.
Golden's going to need to see a physio to help with his damaged back after all the carrying. 50 points. He's doing his work.
Man, strapped on the hiking.
Gotta say though, looking at especially having Helad's point of view, his team's doing an excellent job of letting him get away. Like, if we look at how Carnival went first lap, where Helad just deleted every single USA member, and just really helped Sandoval and Golden get away.
The deletion. But I actually wanted to comment on that. I don't think that was intentional. So he put the mask on, and then he went too tight right before the 8.
Yeah.
And there's like an invisible wall, and it like slows you down. So he stopped, and then everybody crashed into the back of him.
Yeah. So I think he was trying to go far left because he was paranoid about hitting Sandoval. And I think once he kind of had no fire, I did see him on the off-road before Blue Fire. He did swerve, like, kind of turn a bit to try and make sure he hit Rare there. So I think he didn't mean to stop, but I think once he did stop, he kind of thought, well, I'll make the most of this and try and kill everyone that comes by. So...
It just sucks because, like, that does happen where you like it laughs at you. But
Unlike most tracks.
it was just really weird looking because like he jumped, he went too tight, and then like he got that point where you just kind of go up in the air and not forward, so you don't get any forward momentum. You just get the vertical momentum.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of suspended in air while inching forward. And he lost all his momentum going forward, and people just was like, hey, look, well, he has a mask, so I can trail behind him. And then like suddenly it's just like, no, he slowed down and just run into him.
Yep. So starting Tiny Arena, it's interesting. We'll see how many people are going tight versus wide. Looking like Hellite going wide for an item, but most other people except for Rare. So Rare went wide too.
Trey went tight on this track, which is weird.
I find that interesting too.
Yeah, Halad has triple missiles, which is
but he's on top of Golden. Orman's right there. Oh, but he gets Orman. Rare takes Hellite out with a mask, but Orman gets taken out too. And because he has triple missiles, he can just triple missile Orman here, and Orman's going to be really stuck.
And here's another mask coming from a chicken. Rare's now in second. Okay, so we've got 2, 3, 4 for USA. Chicken.
So I believe base King Chicken would be Gizmo.
Okay.
The Phoenix Chicken was Golden before, so I'm presuming it's still Golden.
Okay.
No, Gizmo is Engine, so that chicken is Sandoval in first.
So he just changed his skin. Alright.
Yeah. So, yeah, having a look. Oh, Ty Nitro Sandoval. Golden, sorry, hits.
Oh, Golden hit it? Okay.
Yeah, Golden hit that Nitro at the final hairpin.
Okay, I was Halad. He basically saw it. He got scared. And,
yeah.
Someone hit a red beaker here.
So Gizmo hit a red beaker before fire. So now we're seeing that even though Sandoval has got a nice lead, Rare's going to try and catch him with his strong lines here. But the rest of the Mexico team have fallen quite far behind. We see that Hellad in 5th with Gizmo right behind has a decent gap. Like, that's too far for even his missiles to hit. And the unfortunate thing is, being in 5th, like, you're not really going to get, like, masks very often unless you're, like, Dre. So...
Be real. You ain't getting shit in 5th.
Yeah, 5th is a pretty terrible position, in my opinion. I feel like you get the most middling items in 5th. Like...
Here's this... and then we see 4th and 3rd have shields. If you could switch
I'll swap to Rare. And let's hope nothing awesome happens in this time.
Rare does not have anything. He's rolling.
I'm just gonna quickly, because his stream jumps a bit, I'm just gonna... There we go. So we get a bit of a better view. So yeah.
Okay.
Oops, sorry, that's not going away. I hate when that happens. There we go. So yeah, as we see, Rare does not have a shield. Oh, Hellad hit a red beaker at the start of the S. So Orman overtaking. Although Orman tries for the tackle with the mask and runs into the wall. He still takes him out though. But Orman doesn't get a clean breakaway there. Oh! Sorry. Hellad gets an unjuiced bomb snipe on Orman and then combos him. So Orman is now back where he started, back in 8th.
Oh, here's an orb. There's an orb in play.
Yeah, and Rare has no shield. Looking at it, I don't think Sandoval has anything. He did. He was just too far away to see it. So that orb really just extended Mexico's lead. It didn't seem to do anything for the positions though. The positions kind of have stayed the same.
Yeah, Rare not rolling shields is uncharacteristic, but at this juncture, it being this track, it's super.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly see what Dre's doing if he's got a shield. So Dre is role-playing as Rare by getting all the shields, and we see another orb. Hellad hitting a red beaker, so he actually dodges the orb, but still gets hit. So we'll see if Rare gets hit. So Rare gets hit, but they probably didn't care if that was a USA orb, which it was from Orman, because Rare's so far behind Sandoval that he can't catch, but he's so far ahead of Mexico that him getting hit doesn't matter.
Yeah, so basically you didn't want whoever's behind to get item locked.
Yeah, exactly. So Orman can now chain masks, as I'm pretty sure he's doing, given how fast he's catching.
Yeah.
So Hellad's about to die. Yep.
There it is. Okay.
So Hellad
and their Rare rolls a shield finally. It only took 5 left.
Yeah, surprising for Rare.
Very surprising. but this looks like it's going to be a win for USA. These positions look pretty locked. Oh, that's a dangerous matchup.
Yes, I agree. It's looking like the only thing that could change, although he's already broken away quite a bit, Orman seems to be chaining a lot of masks, because if we look at the distance he's made from Helad, he's caught right up to Gizmo.
So no! The King hit the Nitro that was trapped in the Wumpa on the M.
If Orman gets one more mask, that is a free 6th for him, and it's looking like he has it because he's gaining fast. Completely on top of Sandoval now. We'll see how this goes. So Helad in the back, just having masks. A bit too far though. Gizmo dies.
Oh god, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, 2, 3, 4, 5 is definitely a win for USA.
Yeah.
That's. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I was about to say it's just a matter of time to see what the actual point gap is gonna be here. I think this actually puts USA in the lead. 2, 3, 4, 5 is a +7 if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. That. I just want to say, shout outs to Orman for being really far behind coming into lap 5 and then just deleting 3 of the Mexican players and getting straight up to 5th.
Right. So 2, 3, 14, 19, 23, 23 to 16.
That'd be 7.
So yeah, it's a 7-point win. So USA comes out swinging, and they take their first lead of the match. They're +3 now.
Yeah,
wow. It's kind of amazing that like the 2 tracks that the other team picked, the other team came out on top of. Like, Mexico came out on top on USA's pick, and USA came on top of Mexico's pick, because USA didn't pick Tidy Arena.
Yeah, you're right. We've been seeing a bit of that this match. So I am curious to see how drive-through goes. Historically, I don't know if there's ever been a loss for USA on drive-through. Maybe a small one, but I don't think they've lost much, if at all. So this is a very promising track for Team USA, but so was Electron, and we see how that turned out. So this could really go either way.
I forgot that drive-through was on this list.
Yeah, so drive-through and Cortex have potential for USA to just pop off and get a massive lead. But we'll see. As I said, we thought that of Electron, and didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I will say this. This will make or break the set.
I agree. I think
this is 100% the time where the set kind of gets decided, because if Mexico gets obliterated here, if they get like robbed of a top 3 due to a power item, or if they make too many mistakes because they get nervous or nerves or anything like that, if anything goes wrong, I feel like it's going to upset the balance and it's going to tilt them. Because I feel like what happened with Trace coming up like that would be enough to tilt me. That's happened to me before, where I've gotten hit and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm fine, and then they just roll 8 masks and they come up from like 5 years away and they catch me and I lose on the final lap.
Yeah. I think one thing to point out on why this is a strong USA pick is because they've got such strong lines to start with Rare and Orman. This track is very front-runner central with how narrow a lot of the paths are, like the Bug Zapper, the Pizza Cart, and a lot of places they can trap. So if they get that early breakaway, it's really hard for the Mexican team to come back. But as we're seeing, Rare does get his breakaway because Sandoval dies. Helad in second, but he's sandwiched between 3 USA players. This is really not looking good for Mexico.
Dre died early, it seemed, but dying early on this track isn't terrible because it allows you to get a super engine. Get some Wumpa because you don't have to fight with anybody else anymore. And then after that, you can just get masked and kind of overrun everybody and catch up.
Yeah.
But he's already back in the pack with a mask, 5 Wumpa. He's in 6th.
And we see, I think so. Rare, as I've said, has very strong lines here, and I believe Helad is aware that Rare's got the stronger lines here. So we see, tanks the Nitro with his shield. Nice reflexes there. but we see him taking safe lines just to hold second rather than catch rare, which I think is a good play by Hellad.
He almost died. He almost jumped into a red beaker.
Yes, I did see that, but nice dodge by him.
Yeah, if it was a green one, he would have died for sure. Because probably only saw it because it was red.
Yes.
I know.
It's the thing about this track, it's so green.
Yes, it's very green.
Oh, he almost hit that beaker in the drop down. That was incredibly close.
Yeah, see?
He might not have even seen that.
I'm surprised he's not getting decent.
Agreed. So
it's good that he's not, but
so we see Rare is incredibly far ahead now. Well, so is Hellad's pretty far ahead too. I mean, compared to the rest of the races, we do see Orman and Trace and Dre are kind of away as well. Hellad's the only one up there.
Hellad rolls a shield, which is important for his teammates because they have 3 spots in back where you can grab a power item for him.
And just briefly, he has a
Dre
mask. He had a 5th place mask, so he can potentially murder Hellad here if the right situation comes up. Just to check, Rare does not have a shield. I don't know what's going on today.
He's back spamming the hell out of this track though, and it's very dangerous. Rare's back spam has gotten a lot stronger. He used to be a front runner, but he's kind of transitioned to being a mid player as of late, as a team captain. But just he can still front run. It's just
there's
really,
an orb.
Really hard. There's the orb, okay.
And Hellad has no shield. He lost. No, the orb already came through there because of the delay.
Rare. Will he make the pizza cut? Okay, he does make the pizza cut, so he might lose positions to his team.
Oh no, but Rare bombs Hellad.
Oh.
So if we look, it's coming up on Rare's screen now. He stops drifting and gets the snipe. That was beautiful. So Hellad's still in second, but he's being fast approached by Orman. But he holds the second. We swap to Dre's stream.
Yeah, so here it is. This is the big pop off that you were talking about, and this is I feel like this is where it spiraled. This is a big win. This is the first big win of the entire set.
Yes.
10, 6, 4 is 20. Oh my God. 24 to 15. That is the first big win. That's an 11-point win. Or 20, 24 to 15 is 9, excuse me. I can't. That's the first. I can't really say big win, but it's a win nonetheless. It's the first one we've had over 7.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll see how the Mexican team handle this. Who knows? They might actually do incredibly well on Baron, their pick. We don't know what their strats are there.
Yeah, Baron left.
I don't think I've ever seen, just in my experience, I've never seen any team be like so incredibly strong on Baron the same way that, say, like USA are in DTD, that Baron is like a surefire loss for the other team. I've never really seen that, but
yeah, I feel like Baron's a very middling track. Either you like it or you hate it, but I don't really think anybody's ever been like super fucking bad at it. Like, I've never heard anybody be like, man, I hate this track, but they're not bad at it. They just don't like it.
Yeah, like, I mean, Baron's relatively simple, especially compared to DTD. So, when you look at it that way, like, even if you took safe lines on Baron, it's not hard to take decent but safe lines. Go around the robot, like, you know, you can skip the shortcut if you're worried about items.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to take decent enough lines. So yeah, it depends. Maybe they've got some good item strats there. Not 100% sure, but we'll see how it goes.
So this is where it comes down to if Mexico ends up losing by 7 here. If they end up losing by 8 here, they cannot make a comeback in the final track.
Yeah.
Which Baron won't matter. So obviously USA is going to look to seal this out. A 7-point win. Realistically, I don't think we're gonna see a top 3 from either of the two teams unless something drastic happens. So realistically, a 7-point win is like first, third, fourth. Actually, no. It actually might need to be a top 3.
Roughly a top 3, I'd say.
Yeah, you need
If
to
not,
get a top +8, that's
it'd be something like 1, 2, 4 probably. Just as a rough guess. Either way, USA do need a good. If they get a good win here, then it's sealed.
Yeah, if they get a good win, then they seal them out. Oh God, what is going on?
This is, yeah, I've seen this before.
All right, well, if this was me, I would just disconnect from the room instantaneously on purpose, just to restart the room, because this looks very, very sus.
That's better.
All right.
Alright, so going into the start, we see looks like everyone except Dre is going tight. Dre getting a super engine, so if he had gotten a mask there, that could have been a very pivotal moment. We see Helad got taken out though, I believe, so Helad now trailing in 8th, along with, Gizmo as well.
Okay.
So this is very, very bad for Mexico. They're already starting off with a bottom 3.
Dre gets the Wumpa and avoids the spider. Doesn't have an item here though, but he has infinite reserves.
So Sandoval is up there alone.
That's very scary, especially since Rare isn't getting shields, which means you have to actually have to
deal with rare back spam.
Yeah, you have to deal with rare back spam, which a lot of players actually. This is funny. A lot of players don't know how to deal with rare back spam because usually he never gets the back spam. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Have fun with that. Have fun with that. You don't really know how Rare is going to back spam because of that. That actually makes me want to look at his POV.
Trace lost fire. Oh, and Hela gets a clock, but Dre has a shield. We see Trace is getting comboed in the back. Having a look. Sandoval coming up to 3rd. I am going to very briefly just swap to see if Rare has a shield. Yeah, not rolling shields.
So I mean, this isn't okay. There it is.
Oh, and he hits Rare, but Dre is the new Rare. Pulls another shield.
Yeah, he's pulling all the shields for the USA today.
So that clock was very good. It allowed them to take Orman out. So Orman is now in the bottom 3. It's
Rare
looking like
hits the engine. He hits Gizmo.
Yeah, and Rare then getting taken out by Sandoval. So Mexico. Oh, but Sandoval lost fire to do that. So Helad taking the 2nd with infinite reserves. So
okay, so switch to Rare's POV, because Dre is in time trial mode. He has infinite reserves.
You're right. Yeah, good point.
He's not going to be doing anything else.
I am just going to quickly refresh Res just to make sure it catches up. There we go.
Basically, Dre is just he's going to hold this position to make it easier for them to seal it out.
Yeah, exactly. And like Dre has no reason to even backspam Helad in the last lap because holding that first is so good.
Yeah, Rare's in 3rd right now. That's 16.
Actually, looks like if we have a look on the minimap, I think Sandoval is position glitched because he is right behind Helad, and and he is not being lapped. So yes, as we see him cross the line, it's actually 2-3 for Mexico with an orb.
Okay.
Oh, top. So Rare has a shield as well. So if Sandoval, nope. So that orb did nothing for the top 4. They just all lost their shields.
And there it is. Rare rolls another shield. All right, well, we're back to the regular schedule. Rare rolling a billion shields in one race.
So the only interesting thing now is Orman. Oh, Gizmo disconnects.
No, come on, man.
So now his AI is done. So they've lost. I was about to say I'm curious whether Orman will overtake, but Gizmo disconnecting means he does.
Oh my God, no, that's so unfortunate. Okay, so Sandoval got 3rd, right? Yes, he got 3rd.
Sandoval got 3rd.
Okay, so 1, 4, 5, 7.
I don't think that's enough to make it a guaranteed win. I don't think.
1, 4 is 15, 5, 19, 7, 21. It's not. That's a 3-point win, even with Gizmo's DC. Luckily, it wasn't Halad because he was in 2nd that time.
Yes,
that would have been dead. Oh my God, that would have been.
At the time of the DC, Gizmo was in 7th, but Orman was catching. So not 100% sure whether it actually impacted anything, because I don't know whether Gizmo would have died anyway, because it looked like Orman either had fire and Gizmo didn't, or Orman was chaining masks. Either way, I feel like Gizmo would have died anyway, but it's just that the DC made him defenseless and he had no chance.
Yeah, at the very least, I'll say this. I'll take it being Gizmo, who was in the back, whose position probably was compromised in the beginning, than it being Halad, who was in second, where...
Exactly.
If he would have DC'd, USA would have won this set right here.
Yeah.
So that's super important. It's just a 3-point win, which means Mexico can still win. They're down by 15 going into Barren Ruins, which is their pick. 15 is the top 4, though.
Hold on, Golden 4 and Trace 4. Golden 3. Yeah, there we go. So yes, as Jet said, we'll see the scores coming into the final race now. 15-point difference. So they pretty much need what? 1, 2, 3, 6. I think is enough to get them plus 15.
Well, at this point, you don't want the tie. You want the win.
Yeah, so you pretty much need a top 4.
You just need a top 4, which means you need 2 things. You gotta have some really, really sick plays, and you also need your internet to not cut out.
And I feel like the internet's their biggest weakness today, because if we, I reckon they've lost, what, like 8 points to DCs now?
5 to 8.
Yeah, like, so if they do get if they get like a 10-point win, it could be that DCs actually impacted this, which would be so unfortunate. Now, I'll just pop to the bathroom while they're setting up this final race, but I'll be back before the race because the loads are so long. So I'll leave you with Jet.
So, oh man, this is nerve-wracking. I'm super nervous. You see Rare pulling up the scores for anybody in history. Down by 15 going into this Mexico, and they have their work cut out for them. It's even gotten to the point where Rare has actually overtaken Golden in score points, actually, 61 to 57. So it seems like USA has started to check Golden because, like, again, boy was popping off. So here we go. Game track is loading up. It's I'll be real, my heart is pounding. I'm super nervous. This is a really, really good set. Alright, so we got Trace and Halad both going wide, and Halad does not get an item. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I had to take care of my cat, so I'm back.
Good. Okay, it looks like Rare gets the good breakaway. This stage looks so goddamn empty. He gets the back bomb on Sandoval. Oh man. Okay, but Rare actually gets bombed.
And gets comboed.
But Dre takes his spot and Trace is up there as well.
So it's a pretty even war at the top so far, looking like. We've got a few from both teams up the front.
Ah, yes. The classic shields don't fucking work properly.
Yep. Oh, Halad going tight. Nah. Ooh. He was trying to outline Trace there to get the missile, but then he gets beaked while he has a TNT on his head. So Halad dropping right down.
So yeah, this is super rough because at this point it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. They could play this by themselves. He gets crushed by Orman too. They could play. Those two could play for themselves.
Yeah, and Sandoval got taken out too. So now it's a top 3 for USA with Orman in 5th. So this is the reverse of the positions Mexico needs.
Yeah, they could play. They all up there could play for themselves and not give a damn, and still ruin this for Mexico because Mexico needs the top 4. Oh, he just team
killed. Yeah, it could be like you said. I think that being so close and then having like the increasing gap coming into the final race has demoralized the, or at least made the Mexico team nervous.
He gets the back bomb. Oh yeah, this is looking bad.
Yeah, they need some clutch power item and dodges in order to bring this back now. Also, if we have a look, Sandoval's just, I don't know what happened to getting that far behind.
Hits a red.
Haled going tight, yeah. I think Haled's just a bit nervous, I think, trying to keep up.
I think this is over. This is pretty much over.
Yeah, and he shot missiles, and they almost hit Gizmo.
Rare rolls the shield. Yeah, it's pretty much over. USA has a top 4.
Yep, as I said, this is the opposite of what they need, and we're going into the final lap, and
it's looking grim. I will say this: this USA team, the Switch USA team, compared to the PS4 one, which I captained, it takes a little bit of traction in order to get anywhere, which is why it feels like they have like Regigigas' slow start.
Yeah, so I actually have noticed whenever I've watched USA in practice, the first war they usually do pretty middling or lose, and the second one they dominate.
Yeah.
And so as we see here, top 4 finish for USA to finish it off. So that's a really good job by USA, but it's unfortunate for Mexico.
Super unfortunate. So we have USA to meet Japan in the finals, which I have no clue when that's going to be.
Should be next weekend sometime, I believe. But we see that Mexico is securing 3rd place overall in this World Cup, which is nothing to sneeze at. Still very good job by their team.
Oh wait. Who did Japan play in order to get their spot in finals?
Mexico.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I'd have to have a look at the bracketing again, but I know that Mexico and Japan have played already, and Japan won quite convincingly. And so it meant that Mexico was slated, I believe, to go against whoever in the losers bracket won all their matches, which was USA. Because USA went against Japan in the first round and lost, putting them in the losers bracket.
Right. I'm sorry. Right, there's a losers bracket here.
Yes,
I was so fucking lost. I was like, wait, they played Mexico? So, yeah, okay, so that means that Japan has not lost.
Yes, so Japan has won every single World Cup match they've done. They have played practices with some teams, and they have lost to USA in practices, but when it came to the World Cup, they've won everything.
Right. Okay, I was so fucking lost. I was like, wait, huh? They played Mexico? But then why USA playing Mexico? Yeah, because there's a losers bracket here.
Yeah.
Which means, we're going into grand finals now, which is actually... How is that gonna play out? Are we gonna do like because usually in double elimination tournaments, winners bracket, you have to eliminate them twice. What are you gonna do? 2 sets of 10?
I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, if I'm honest. I'd have to speak to Goody, is the tournament organizer. I could ask him. Just putting on some different music. But the thing that I think is really fitting about USA being the team to go against Japan is the very first match we saw in the World Cup was Japan versus USA.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's going to be an identical start and an identical finish, and I believe Japan won by like 30 or 40. I'd have to have a look. Like, it wasn't a gigantic landslide, but it was a decent enough win. But they've practiced with USA a lot, so both teams have gotten to know each other a lot more. So,
but USA lost to them before, right?
Yes. So
yeah, they lost to them there. It feels like it feels very reminiscent to the PS4 World Cup. We met Italy in our group stage and we beat them, and then we met them in grand finals and lost. So. Not sure if the opposite will happen here, but yeah, super unfortunate for Mexico going into that final race. But
yes, but even so, very big congratulations to the USA team. And speaking of, we have Rare _CTR _gamer in the call.
Hi.
So GG's to your team first off. You did a very good job. I feel like everyone today played very well overall, both teams. We did swap between yours and Dre's POVs, which was very fun to watch, and we did notice that for for most of it, up until the last few races, you and Dre actually kind of cosplayed as one another because Dre rolled all the shields.
Yeah, I didn't roll that many actually, did I?
Yeah,
No, you
we kept popping back
That was
to be
weird.
like, does Rare have a shield? No. Like, wow, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was-
the end of DTD was so fucking scary. I thought Hellad was gonna pass me.
That was a really
I
nice
end-
bomb snipe you got on
I
him.
ended his life,
I
yeah.
I had your POV up, and you were a bit delayed compared to the other two streams. But it was kind of good in that instance because it means we got to see you stop. You like stopped drifting and you just aiming, and as soon as Hellad came around the corner, really nice bomb snipe there. It was gorgeous to watch.
I really needed that. That was scary.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Got the breakaway on DTD as well. Trace on Tiny Arena, bringing it back and getting the 2, 3, 4, 5. That was also really.
Oh, Orman on.
Yeah, that was
I believe
that was a win we wanted.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it
Orman,
was
I
one.
believe, in the back on TA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did he
yeah,
just
that
chain masks? It seemed like.
I mean, he did roll an orb as well. I don't know if it was 2, but he did roll 1.
But yeah,
And
that
that
was
helped him out a
we
lot.
were saying like, oh, we do wonder whether Orman can do anything, and he made a gorgeous comeback there. And Jet and I were saying, it does seem like DTD we kind of thought was slated to decide the match, not because it was an unwinnable point difference by that point, but because we thought that it being like one of your strongest tracks, if you dominated Mexico there, after it's been so close for so long, it could really shake their nerves because they might be thinking, oh, we've been up so long, we can't lose it now. And I feel like that's exactly what we saw. The Barren Ruins race, we could see the nerves, and it was really unfortunate for them because they needed, I think, 1, 2, 3, 5 if they wanted to be
Or
here.
top 4. Yeah.
They needed at least 1, 2, 3, 5, and yeah, the opposite happened.
Yeah.
They also had some unfortunate DCs. Quite a few.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just grab Hellad as well. He'll just jump into the call now.
Yeah, the labs one was unfortunate because Hellad was like in 4th. I think?
Yeah, he was 4th or 3rd, so it was really unfortunate. And we were saying,
Hello!
hello.
Hi there.
GG's, Hellad.
Um,
You're first off.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a question. Someone clipped the fucking Speed Ghost on PlayStation Playground.
Yeah, that
Wait.
was. Oh my god. So Hellad got squished.
Fuck.
Going off the waterfall, and he got an insane speed ghost. Just by hopping
Dude,
from down the hill
that
to
was
over the finish
Much
line.
speed.
And then he hit a TNT, but because he was squished, it detonated. So he did lose that
that's
speed,
okay.
but he flew. That was.
I was flying, dude. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like you weren't expecting that.
But yeah, I do want to say that first half we were, I think Orman was getting a bit shaken up about things that were happening during the races, and I was trying my best to keep morale up because they were getting worried about stuff that was happening. So it was kind of rough towards the beginning for us, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was incredibly close, especially
It
in
was,
that, like that.
yeah.
It was.
It was single digits up until I believe DTD was the first double-digit win we saw. Every other win before that was single-digit, and the score
No,
difference.
none of them were double digit.
Oh, none of them
Yeah,
were.
None of them were. The greatest one we had was the +9.
Excluding Baron, of course.
Yeah,
Excellent, Barry. Please, excellent, Barry.
But the biggest win was the +9 that USA got, and I was just like, oh, I thought it was +11, but then I had to double check myself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was yeah, up until DTD, it was incredibly intense. Like going, I think Mexico was winning. I think Mexico was winning for all of it up until then.
I mean,
Yeah, by
I
3
think it was
points.
Tiny
I
Arena.
think.
Yeah, I
Or
think
it could have been TA. You're right.
Tiny Arena.
I
After 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that's when we got up ahead of them by like 3, 4. I
And
don't remember.
This seems to be the Team USA curse, or blessing maybe, because it's worked out so far. But every single match, your first half you're either losing or you're only barely winning, and then your second half you just pop
We
off
pop
and you
off.
get massive wins
Mhm.
every time so far. Nothing is broken. that
Yeah.
way.
It's strange, I know.
Dude, I was playing support the all fucking time until the TD in second place. I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah, you did really well to take out the other team. We noticed the potential accidental taking out of every single person on Koala Carnival. It looked like you hit a wall trying to dodge Sandoval, and then everyone just collided into you.
Yeah, that was I was just like, that was definitely not on purpose, because I've definitely done
Carnival was just chaotic.
that. Yeah.
That was an amazing start, though. I mean, as much as, yeah, you hit that wall, it really actually helped Sandoval and Golden get away. Unfortunately, Golden got ended a few times. I believe he hit a beaker Dre put down, he got hit by the clock, and then it let USA catch up. But all in all,
Yeah,
your team, I
they
think,
got him.
yeah, I think your team did a really good job. Overall, you kept this incredibly close the entire time. And like I said, I feel like all 8 people playing today played really well. The only mishap would have been, we did notice, looked like there might have been a bit of nerves going into Barren Ruins. Noticed it was going really well up until that point, and then we noticed a few team kills on Barren, and just a few going tight where you should.
Yeah, but it is was just hard for us because we are expecting top 3 plus 6 or 5 plays, but that is so fucking bad.
Actually, do you know what happened to Sandoval on Barren? Because 1 minute you and him were 7th, 8th, and then he was half a lap behind. I have no idea how he fell behind so quickly.
That was a TNT, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so he
That
just hit something and
too.
it set him back. That's rough. But yeah, overall, that was such an intense set to watch.
That was a really good set.
Also, Koala
Yeah,
Carnival.
it was a awesome set, honestly.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
will.
was very fun.
I
Very
will also
fun.
just point out
Enjoy.
to chat, if anyone does have questions, feel free to type them and we can ask the teams if you like.
Yeah.
Be nice if anyone's curious about anything. But I did just want to bring up Dre being Dre on Koala Carnival. So Sandoval bombed Dre's shield off, I've got it now, and Dre's like, you thought I've got a bomb, of course, and that
Yo,
is.
Carnival was huge for us because I had that clock, and then they just comboed Sandoval at the end to absolute hell.
I was not expecting your club because I have my fucking mask, and I saw the effect of the clock, and I say, shit.
I actually had no idea you had a mask on, so I was waiting until after you crossed.
Oh, speaking of power items, Electron Avenue, Dre rolled 2 orbs and Hellad rolled 1, and we I remember
Dre
seeing.
got me with a fucking off.
I
Fuck you, Dre.
I remember seeing in the middle of the race.
You ruined my 6th place.
In the middle of the race, Dre was holding that orb, the first orb, for a little bit, and I noticed you tackled Orman right before the shortcut, and it was just for what you knew, that was a good idea, but you didn't know that Dre had an orb, so you didn't have protection once the orb came around because you ended up hitting Orman, so it was really rough.
Yeah.
Because you had a dodge, but it's just you didn't know that they were holding an orb, so you didn't know whether you needed to hold
Dude,
the
I
shield.
was just holding my orb to let the Golden grab a shield. And yes, he got a shield, but then there's another.
Yeah, Dre
Yeah.
had been holding that orb for a bit. You rolled yours after he rolled his, and so he used it on the worst spot to get you right before the shortcut, so he had plenty of time to get past you.
Second orb though.
Second orb.
The second orb though. I got hit at a very bad spot.
Yeah, we
I-
weren't looking at your POV at that time, Rare. What exactly happened to you there?
I had gotten orbed on that blue platform and I had fallen off. It put me all the way past it, but it wasn't far enough ahead of him. So
Oh,
You lost
yeah, because
by 0.2.
I know. Yeah.
it was what, less than a frame? I
Yeah.
believe it was.
Yes.
And we were saying you would have been molding from that. Just are you kidding? Not even a frame?
A little bit. A little bit. That was kind of annoying, but
We saw
we still won there.
there was another very close win, wasn't there? Which track was it? Was it Labs or was it somewhere else? There was one other track. I don't remember the track, but there was one other track, I believe, where there was a clutch position take by either you or Dre, I believe. I'm trying to remember. It was in the first half. I don't know if Jet remembers.
I would have to look back through my...
I swear there was a second very close win.
I can take a look here while you guys...
Assembly! Was it Assembly? Because either you or Dre missiled someone lap 5.
No, Dre missiled someone and got... Yeah, he won by like 0.01.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, because they switched their positions and you went chimp and put in the wrong
Yeah, because I put
scores.
them in backwards because Beanox, when they fixed the positions the wrong way
Oh
around,
yeah, I know what... Yeah, that it was Assembly. He beat him by less than a frame.
it was 0.01.
Oh yes, it was by a fucking 0.01
Yep.
seconds.
Yeah, so you put. I was just like, yeah. So I was like, that's a 3-point win for USA. And then he was just like, actually no. It's
I'm like, what?
Like, no, it's a 2-point win for Mexico. And I was just like, I'm sorry.
And I'm just
I was
like, never mind. I'm like, never mind. I'm stupid.
I was just like, wait, did I do the math wrong? What, huh? He was like, oh no, I put the scores in.
No, you forget that I'm Australian and I never got a good education.
Yeah, I was actually lost. I was just like, oh. But yeah, Dre won. He missiled him right. He shot the missile right as he exited the final shortcut. It chased him off the platform, hit him, and past the finish line.
With the desync, I was actually worried that that Dre wouldn't actually be able to overtake because by the time the desync caught up and registered the hit, I was worried that Sandoval, I think it was, would have crossed the line.
Yeah, would have
But
tumbled over
he
the line.
stopped like right before the line, like a cart length from the line. It was ridiculous.
Sucks so
Very
much.
But no, overall it was a fantastic set, and GG's to you guys, Mexico, for getting 3rd overall in this World Cup.
GG to use as well.
Yeah, played some very, very good matches, but it seems like we're going to be seeing a mirror of the very first match of the World Cup. USA versus Japan in the finals. I'm very
First
excited
match
for this
is-
one.
To the final match. Coincidence?
We're definitely going to prepare for that one.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything different? I feel like I heard that the finals is a bit longer. Is it 15 races or was that
16 tracks.
16?
It's 16.
Interesting number.
Yes. It is a very
16.
interesting number.
It's so weird. And okay, so I was talking about this before. So since this was a double elimination tournament, it's a double elimination tournament. Usually the way double eliminations go is that if you're in winner's bracket, if you basically won out the entire tournament, kind of usually have a safety net where if you lose your first set, then would drop to losers bracket, and then you would get the rematch. Obviously, I don't think you guys are gonna do that here because it's CTR and wars take upwards to an hour, especially if you're gonna run 16 race set.
Yeah.
That's usually how double elimination brackets go. At the very least, that's how they work in fighting games. If the winner ends up losing, they have the safety net, and then they go to losers bracket technically, and then you go and then have the rematch. And then if they lose again, then they would get double eliminated, which is why it's called double elimination.
Yeah.
I don't really know how that would work for CTR, because then that would mean, okay, well, you would play one war and you would have to beat them in that war, and then you would have to replay another one and beat them in that war to get them double eliminated. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had that happen once where, like, you get to grand finals and they don't do that. I still won because I was in winner's bracket. And I still won, and that dude still hasn't sent me my goddamn Labrys figurine from winning. That was like 8 years ago.
Oh my! Just still bring it up.
Yeah, I'm salty.
Any angry emails?
But yeah, that happened to me. I was like, wait, I'm in winner's bracket. So what happens if I lose? And it was just like, did you just lose? I was just like, wait, what? But it's not double elimination.
Oh god.
Welcome to CTR.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually thinking, do you guys know how bands are gonna work in 16 then? Do you get more bands? Do you get like 5?
That I don't know actually. I'd have to check the rules for that one, but also Ormond, yeah.
I just heard of this 16 track shit. Hello?
Yes, we had talked about it.
Oh man, you guys should probably actually just bring up the fact that 16 tracks is so weird. Just do fucking 20.
Yeah, that's what I think. I also wonder, like, how do you draft that? I don't know of any drafting tool that supports a 16 track.
The draft tool actually allows you to do 10. You would just do 10 and 6 in that case.
Yeah, true. But then again, if they want to enforce a set amount of bans.
Well, you could always just not ban and miss the ban, and then it won't show up.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, at that point, I honestly feel like you should just.
Honestly, if they do end up doing 16, then obviously it should be 6 bans then for each team.
Yeah.
2 league drafts, and then
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not
We'll
specified
talk to
on
Cody,
the
though.
rules, but I will try with Buddy to set it to 6 bans instead of 3 for both teams.
That's what I would assume. Yes.
Yeah, I think
But
that's a good idea.
I will talk to him about it. See what he says.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm very, as we've got people in chat also saying, everyone's hyped for the USA versus Japan match. I think when we've been commentating between like Mr. P, Jet, and I, we do talk about sometimes like, oh, what are like the best teams looking like in this format, and USA and Japan have always been, these are like some of the strongest teams we think are in the format, and so I think people have been very hyped to see these two teams go up against each other, especially since USA have now had all this time since the beginning of the World Cup to get familiar with teaming together, so you've become so much stronger compared to back then. So
Right.
we'll see
And
whether
this
you're
time with 16 tracks.
what was that? Sorry, Helad?
And this time with 16 tracks instead of 10.
Interesting.
I think another interesting thing with 16 is that we do see Japan has subs that they frequently use, whereas USA doesn't have any. So depending on I guess the endurance of the 4 players on USA might be liable for a bit of burnout there, especially if they do end up making it 20, for example, to make them.
Yeah, the order of the tracks is so fucking important because you have only 3 swaps.
I believe in them. We in PS4 World Cup finals, we literally just had 4 people and they just went through the entire thing, and it was a close match too. So I think we can do it.
I think you can do it, but it'll be interesting to see how you go. And like, I guess the other worry with such a big final is if something garbage happens in like the first 4 races, like say you just get completely bodied and shat on and you don't feel like that, like, clutch power items ruining your race, and you get tilted early on, you have to deal with that crap for another like 15 races, like. So that's, I guess the tilt factor is something else that people have got to be aware of.
You're reminding me of Finland versus Italy right now.
Yes, that's actually that's actually a good point.
In PS4 World Cup.
Yes, I did see that.
That one sucked.
Yeah, you really need to avoid the early tilt. Or just tilting at all, but early tilt is especially deadly in a longer, like a larger than 10 track war. So
yeah, exactly.
And I don't know how liable to tilt the Japanese team is. It's hard because we don't see as much of them, especially with the language barrier. But and I don't know them as well. But I'm not sure if they're ones to get tilted early on from bad races and whatnot.
I mean, we did practice with them a little bit, and we did get like a 60-point win over them, but I have no idea. Like, I'd have to look back on my video, my VOD, and see how they were playing.
I personally feel like the Japanese players do not tilt.
I think they're a bit more cool about things, for sure.
They're very, very grounded, and they just enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
I've never had a Japanese player like scream profanities in chat or anything like that, in like ranked matches or anything. Even if they're getting like absolutely fucking blasted, they're still very respectful and very chill, and they tend to just ramp up. Like if they get blasted, they come back harder the next race, which is pretty admirable, especially for this game because like
yeah.
Well, one other thing that I know that especially I've brought it up frequently, like I did just before, how the USA team have, well, as I said, for one, they've gotten a lot better playing together, but also I've mentioned before they've done numerous practices with Japan, which allows them to better know the Japan team and allow them to you know, get more familiar with how they play and maybe
Get more
good
familiar.
counter, and it helps helps USA get good counter strats to what Japan are doing. But
it also helps
yes,
them.
Japan is also learning how USA
So-
play. So as much
Japan is learning Yusetsu.
as much as we keep talking about, oh, like the USA team have learned so much about Japan, well, they're learning about USA too. So as much as this could be helping USA, it could also be their downfall. Who knows?
Because if we didn't practice, then we'd get bodied probably.
Yeah. So I do believe, I feel like it has helped the USA team a lot, but we'll see how much it helps the Japanese team. Like, it could be that after all these practices and you know, they might watch your matches and they might be able to see like, oh, this is like what this player's best at. So if we take them out of that position, we've neutered their team. Like, they might be deducing these kind of strats, and it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this final match goes because of that.
Dude, just imagine the 6 fans from Japan. How there is Gateway, Thunderstruck, Destro Danger, Electron Avenue.
Yeah.
Just going.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, I just going off of the way that both USA and Japan pick and ban, I'm very excited for a potential track list, and some of the tracks that might come up. I think we'll see some very clown picks.
Oh, well, if you have more than 10 tracks, then yes, you definitely will see some.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna happen.
It really depends. Are they gonna be? Are there allowed to be repeat?
I would presume no. I would presume
I would
no.
presume the same thing. Again, we'll find out, but
If there's no repeats, then yeah, you're definitely gonna see some clown picks.
But we do see some of the more chaotic tracks get picked frequently by both teams. Like, you know, you see, as we said, Carnival is a track that USA love to play, but
Carnival.
but Blizzard Bluff is one that we've seen Japan pick and play as well and do well on. So we've got some of those very chaotic tracks that are very, I guess, divisive. Like, there's some of those tracks where people either hate them and want them gone, or they love playing them. Like, so I'm curious to see how many of those kind of chaotic picks we're gonna get. I almost want to see Sewer. I just want to see how Sewer would go. I feel like that would be just a big crap fest. Literally, it's a good way of putting it. Sewer.
yeah.
Prepare for the shit show.
Yeah.
there.
Much.
So
Too
now,
many sewers.
Imagine picking Crash Cove on 16 fucking tracks.
imagine if they allowed repeats and Team USA just went Crash Cove, Coco Park, Crash Cove, Coco Park, Crash Cove, Coco Park.
Obviously you can't pick the same track on the same draft. But
He had separate ones, so he means.
the separate ones you can do that. You'd be like Crash Cove, Coco, and then like the next draft you could also pick Crash.
If that was the thing, I would retire.
Just pick all circle tracks. Just pick Inferno Cove, Park, Mines, and Carnival.
Bingo.
I would off myself.
I mean, it'd be fun to commentate.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it's fun to commentate, but not fun to play.
Exactly.
I mean, I always feel that with Papus. Like, I mean, personally, I like playing Papus because it's stupid, but a lot of people hate it. But from a commentating perspective and from a viewer perspective, I love Papus. It's one of my favorite because crap goes down there every time. Like, you never see a Papus race that's boring.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, you fucker. You're never living that down.
I still hate that, right?
I still hate you for that.
Jet. Oh my god, Jet. The memes.
The memes.
Wow.
But yeah, but yeah, I do have to head out.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can't hang around for as long as I usually do. So instead, I'm gonna send people to your Cux. He is
Still
doing a
ugly.
war, it looks like. Just
Oh,
skimming
he's
his
on a
stream. Yeah. So he's not got a mic on. It's looking like, but
Oh,
Oh no,
which
no.
reminds us of
Geordie
Japan.
doesn't. Geordie
They're-
doesn't have a mic.
Which reminds us of Japan. They're actually playing Japan right now.
Oh, so you might be able to get a sneak peek into some of the Japanese players. Keep an
There
eye out for
are
names like
some-
Romu, Hacker, Daiki. I believe I see
Daiki.
Romu and Daiki are playing. I can see. I don't know whether Wabi plays on Switch anymore. I can't remember.
No, he
But
doesn't.
have a look for like Daiki and Romu will be playing in the Switch Cup. As I said, Hacker will if he plays here. Bot and
Expect
Hold on.
everybody on their team. to
pretty
play.
much
I'm
pretty
just
much
gonna
most
say
of
that
their
right now.
team.
Pretty much
So I'm gonna send y'all over there.
the entire party is coming.
So I will just say once again, thanks to everyone who watched, and I'm glad. Like I do appreciate your comment, people. It's really nice to see people enjoying these streams. So we'll be back probably next weekend. It's looking like for the next match. But you'll see on my Twitter when I go live. With this, we'll try and keep you all posted. So thanks everyone, and everyone go say hi to Chikucks now.
Goodbye.
Hi, Yikok. Thanks for the commentary, Draskington. Awesome games, right? That's so fucking fun.